Well, we had great weather over the weekend. Sunday, I got out and did some walking, and we also stopped and got a caramel apple, which was yummy. We have another beautiful day coming up for this Monday. I think temperatures will be back up into the 50s here during the afternoon, pretty close to average for this time of year. Here's a look at high temperatures on Sunday. You'll probably be about 1 to 2 degrees cooler during the afternoon than we were yesterday, but Kalamazoo, Muskegon, and Ludington topping the list. South Haven Beach was 57. The reason they were just about as warm as inland areas is because of the east wind. Muskegon Beach also 57. Grand Rapids stopping at 56. Slightly cooler to the north, and with an east-northeast wind, we may, like I said, be a degree or two cooler tomorrow. Picture does not show the Muskegon Channel there, and I wasn't able to change that, but that is the South Haven Pier, and look at all the people walking up and down there. A lot of people out enjoying this sunny day. Okay, let's take a look at sunrise and sunset. We continue to lose daylight. We're down to 10 hours and 30 minutes of daylight. That shrinks to just 9 hours of daylight at the winter solstice, which is a few days before Christmas. Average high temperature down to 56 now, average low at 39. So the high temperatures have been very close to average. Low temperatures have been slightly under average here over the past several days. Record high 78 in 1929. The temperature was going up while the stock market was going down in October 1929. And the record low 19 in 1976. And that turned out to be a really, really, really cold winter, that winter of 76, 77. In fact, we had three cold, snowy winters all in a row between 76 and 79. And that's the big red lighthouse. So you can see we're looking south toward the sun. You can see the sunlight glistening there on the water. And with the flag kind of unfurling out to the right, we know that the wind was out of the east just by looking at that picture. All right, let's take a look at the lake forecast here. Winds continue to be out of the east during the day today and picking up a little bit. Waves calm right at the immediate shoreline, but as you get a few miles offshore, they should be around 2 feet. And you can see the water temperatures there generally in the mid-50s, both with the inland lakes and also with Lake Michigan, and that's what Holland State Park looked like. A few people walking around, not too many, or a lot of activities Sunday. Boy, did I see the people out in Alpine Township stopping at some of the farm stands and the places where you can buy pumpkins and apples and get some cider to drink and whatnot. A lot of people out enjoying this beautiful weather. All right, let's take a look at what's ahead here for us over the next several days. I think we'll continue to see mostly sunny skies. It will be dry here through the day today. A shower or two is possible Thursday and Friday. Friday is Halloween. Not a sure thing at this point in time, and the showers will be scattered. But it always seemed to me like we always had a chance of showers on Halloween. I remember how many times on TV I told people they should go as Mary Poppins trick-or-treating because you could take an umbrella with you, No big storms coming up this week. It will get a touch breezy. Tuesday, we may see small craft advisories here across the area, but not so today. All right, we're going to take time out and thank one of our sponsors, Ace Hardware Handyman.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, here's a look at Sunday's severe weather reports, and we had reports of 2 tornadoes in southern Mississippi. You can see the red dot right there in the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, depending on what you want to call it. No reports of severe hail or wind, and the tornadoes occurred near that sleepy little town of Pascagoula, Mississippi. Here's what severe weather looks like for the coming day today. There shouldn't be any of it, really, just 2 areas where there could be a non-severe thunder shower, and that's from North Dakota down to Kansas and also in the southeastern U.S. And then we move ahead to Tuesday, and even the smaller part of the country on Tuesday is going to be under the threat of a thunder shower here. And if we take a look at the Tuesday map, we'll be able to show you that that's basically from Arkansas on down to the Gulf. And other than that, not much going on. Also, there's just a very small area where there could be a thunder shower in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. All right, we'll move on and take a look at the rain map. And this is interesting. Look at that huge area that's going to be seeing general rain and the possibility of thunder showers, non-severe. But that's a lot of rain. That yellow there is 1.5 inches, 2 inches on the orange. And we've even got some red showing up there in parts of Alabama and Georgia. So Alex and Michelle down there in Alabama, if Michelle is home by then, this looks pretty wet. Notice no rain here in West Michigan. All right. Taking a look at the tropics, and a lot to talk about here. Hurricane Melissa is really racing toward the island of Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa really ramping up, and should be a real horrible storm for Jamaica. Jamaica, as we mentioned yesterday, has some mountains, and the Jamaican area there is prone to getting an occasional very bad hurricane. And that's what I think we're going to be seeing here. So if we go on to the next slide here, we'll be able to show you that the storm is located just south of Jamaica. It's only been moving at around 3-4 miles an hour, very slow. And that's even worse because that means the heaviest rain will be over the island for a long period of time. We'll take a look at the path of Melissa. The path shows right over Jamaica. There are hurricane warnings in effect now for Jamaica and also eastern Cuba. And you can see the storm really accelerates as it goes there. It's also a threat to the Bahama Islands and also Bermuda. So those areas will have to watch it. You can see it'll be up around Bermuda along about Thursday. And crossing Jamaica, the worst of the storm there should be coming here within the next 48 hours or so. All right, we'll take a look at the rainfall total here for Melissa, and look at this. That purplish color there is over 20 inches of rain is expected, and there's even a dot of red up there. So just a horrible situation for them. Strong south wind pushing up against those mountains will produce some incredible rainfalls. Southeastern Cuba getting heavy rain, and there'll be some heavy rain there in Haiti and the Dominican Republic as well, and in the southeastern Bahama Islands, which are not very heavily populated. All right, let's head to the Pacific Ocean, and just a couple of things here. Again, we've got Tropical Storm Sonia, which took a long time trying to develop. It is drifting to the west and will weaken to just about nothing by the time it gets closer to Hawaii. And then in the Western Pacific Ocean, we don't have much to talk about. The Western Pacific is hurricane and tropical storm free. There is one depression there, 92A, and also we have one tropical cyclone, which is to the east of India there, and that is not a strong storm by any means. And they're often grateful to get clouds and rain during the hottest 6 months of the year there. But that shouldn't be too big a problem for them. We go back to our weather here for a second, and let's take a look at what we have coming up here for today. Mostly sunny skies. Should be another beautiful day. There'll be a few clouds around and maybe a couple of jet contrails out there to see. Low temperature at 32. There will be a chance for frost here during the early morning. Winds will be out of the east and a little brisk in the afternoon at 10 to 15 miles an hour. High temperatures today with an east wind should be just as warm at the lakeshore as they will be inland. So if we take a look at the high temperature map, we'll be able to show you that readings pretty much across the area will be in the low to mid 50s here this afternoon. Like I said, probably a couple degrees cooler than yesterday, but still a good amount of sunshine. Traverse City gets 55, Chicago 54, Detroit 56, Green Bay 56. So pretty much the same up in UP, Marquette at 55. Pretty much the same weather across the entire state. And then looking ahead to Tuesday, again, a couple degrees warmer on Tuesday. Temperatures will reach the mid to upper 50s here, as you can see. Mid 50s to low 50s off to the north and low 50s up in upper Michigan. So a couple of pretty nice days coming up to be outdoors. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast here, we've got partly to mostly sunny skies for today and for the day on Wednesday. We'll be seeing temperatures generally in the mid-50s and then falling back into the low 50s here toward the end of the week. There's a chance of a shower Thursday afternoon, not a sure thing, maybe 40% chance of that, and a little better chance of a shower here on Friday, but again, not an all-day rain. We're looking for high temperatures in the low 50s on Friday, and temperatures will be in the mid-upper 30s at night. While the kids are out trick-or-treating, it'll probably be around 45 to 48 or thereabouts, so you can kind of plan on that. The 8 to 14-day outlook is in. Every day that comes into us here. Generally cooler than average weather in the eastern U.S., warmer than average weather in the western U.S., including the desert Southwest. And in terms of rainfall, we're looking for a big glob of drier than average conditions over much of the country. This is the time of the year we sometimes get some pretty good storms, but not so going on right now. Anywhere from near to slightly below average rainfall is expected. So to sum things up, pretty nice couple of days coming up. Hope you can get outside and enjoy. October 27 in U.S. history. This from Alex. Philadelphia was founded in 1682. That's about 100 years before the United States was founded. You can see Independence Hall there and the Liberty Bell. And also we have West Florida was annexed in 1810. And you can see West Florida included not only the part of the panhandle of Florida around Pensacola, but also you can see it included portions of southern Alabama and also southern Mississippi, with Louisiana off to the left and East Florida off to the right. Okay, what else we got here coming up here? October 27th, 1811, Stevens T. Mason was born. He was the first governor of Michigan, a very young man. I don't remember his exact age, but he was very young when he became the first governor of Michigan and didn't live long. I think he died in his 40s, as a lot of people did back then. And his name is actually Stevens. It was not Stephen, added an S at the end, just like my name is Steffen and not Steffens, like so many other people. But a salute there to Stevens T. Mason, born on this date in 1811. And in 1858, this 26th U.S. president was born in New York City. In honor of his service in the Spanish-American War, he was nicknamed the Colonel. During his ill-fated run for a third term in 1912, he did not die. He was actually shot and continued on with his speech, believe it or not, exclaiming, "It takes more than a bullet to kill a bull moose." He is the namesake for a stuffed toy, the teddy bear, that would be, and we're talking about Theodore Roosevelt. I think he was one of the younger people to become president. He was in his low 40s, if I imagine right. But that is actually a true story. He was actually shot and continued on with the speech. So interesting. The original fight guy, I guess. All right, let's see what else we got here. In the meantime, my cat is knocking stuff off the table over here, I hope. No, look at, here comes the cat. The cat's going to destroy my show. Just over here, little kitty. Can you hear the bell? He's shaking his head over here. That's Ellie Lou. Hi, Ellie Lou. You want to say hi to everybody? Say something? She doesn't say much. She's a pretty quiet cat. But looking around at everything here. Okay, daughter 3 went to Malmo today. It's the third largest city in this Scandinavian country, behind Gothenburg and Stockholm. And of course, Stockholm is the capital of Sweden. So we are talking about Sweden. And Michelle did send some pictures back. I like this picture because the picture's long up and down, and that really fits the trees. You're kind of like running the gauntlet right here. And I thought it was interesting that the leaves are kind of green on the trees, and then they kind of turn brown and fall off. You're not getting the fall color out of these trees like you see with the sugar maples that we have here in Michigan. But very pretty picture, Michelle. We have a couple more pictures from Malmo down by the water to show you. It should be a river there going through, and boy, I tell you, that would be fun to go kayaking down. That looks like a great river for that. And again, you can see that there's leaves on the ground, and there's still some green there, especially over on the right, but not a ton of really pretty fall color, not a lot of yellow or oranges and reds. We are one of the best places on earth here in Michigan to see the fall color change, which is a few days later than average here. Now, I don't know what this building is. This is in Malmo once again. I thought it was interesting that there's no people here. Where is everybody? There's nobody here with the rapture or something. But it was kind of pretty to see that. I guess that's Sunday, whatever. That looks like it might be I don't know, some different flags from different countries there. I don't know. We'll have to see. And I can't read the writing over on the right side there from where I was. But pretty scene. And again, the fall color change there happening pretty close to the same time it does here in the Great Lakes region. We have some more slides to show you. John Kimball grabbed this picture of fog covering Little Traverse Bay from Petoskey looking to the north. And what we have here is that the water temperature is just ever so slightly higher than the air temperature. I'm hesitating because I'm trying to block the cat. The cat wants to jump on my computer, I'm sure. I don't know what it's. I think the computer's warm and it likes to kind of sit there, even with the case closed. But what happens here is you get condensation over the water. The temperature of the water there being a little higher than the dew point, and you get that fog forming. And it's interesting. You got even with the looks like mostly cloudy skies. Some of those clouds look to be high and middle clouds there. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. And from John Doherty up in Benzie County, a nice frosty picture on the vegetation there. It looks like could be a pine tree, perhaps. But most everybody in Michigan has had a frost. The National Weather Service is not issuing frost advisories anymore. But you can plan on some scattered frost here this morning, probably tomorrow morning as well. All right, thanks, John, for that frosty picture. We'll hang on to that, maybe use that again at some point in time. And from John Scully, we have a gully or a gull. I looked up online. There are 11 species of gull native to Michigan. Some of them stick around here even during the winter. The ring-billed and herring gulls are the most common types that we see around here, according to what I read. And they adapt very well to human beings. As you know, they'll come around you on the beach. You kind of have to almost shoo them out of the way as you walk along. And they fly back into some of the urban areas as well. If you're along the lakeshore, sometimes you'll see the gulls migrate eastward over to where the dump is over near Coopersville, and then they'll come back at the end of the day and they'll sit on the beach overnight. But the dump there is kind of like old country buffet. I've seen some of the old buzzards over the landfill there too. So anyhow, John, thanks for the picture, framed nicely. Those are the pictures we have to share with you today. Hey, this is going to be a great day to be outside, so I hope you get out there and enjoy. Once again, thanks for staying with us until the end, and make it a great day.